Hi, class. As some of you know, my name is Ian Kai, and today we are discussing the importance of artifacts throughout our family. And throughout this course, we'll be discussing the importance of culture and how culture can play a role in psychology. To start, the first question is to show an artifact from my family. And unfortunately, my family never kept any sort of artifacts at all. My entire family, extended family, that is, so grandparents, moved to the United States in the 20th century. Unlike many of you, I'm sure, who had moved, they moved much sooner than that. My grandparents from my mom's side moved from Germany after World War II, and they basically sold everything when they moved here. So we don't have a lot on that side. And then my dad's side of the family, they haven't kept a lot of any culture from their original homeland. So my grandfather was from Scotland, my grandmother is from Ireland, or at least their ancestors are, but we didn't keep a lot of stuff from there. And so, unfortunately, I feel I am not fully fully participated in this assignment. But I think that something that artifacts allow us to do is keep in contact with our roots and who we are. Culture is a big factor in what we do, and it's a big factor in psychology. uh, Man, I chose like the most difficult names to pronounce for uh, my article, to the article that I chose. But Pogisen speaks about how culture wires our brains. The article discusses just like how cultures that we interact with, how they change our behaviors, and by extension change our brains. And I think that's really important for counselors, because if you are going to be a counselor, you want to be able to understand other cultures, because obviously we'll never get like a full understanding of it. And I was looking at another article. It discusses the importance of to be a cultural psychologist. The title is called "Why Should We All Be Cultural Psychologists?" and it's by Q Wang. And the general thesis of the article is that it just makes us better counselors as a whole. And I know we uh, in this course here at Walsh, the school, we discuss a lot about the importance of cultural competence. And I think that's really important. And part of cultural competence is understanding that you will never completely understand a culture. And I think that's okay. I know a lot of people feel really stressed out about not fully understanding it, but I think it's important to understand that you will never fully understand any culture or person. It's important to just accept that and learn what you can and go from there. And unfortunately, once again, the questions about this are about an artifact. Now, I think that in any particular artifact, in any particular office, clients can often, they might respond with curiosity, which I think is fine. I know a lot of people think that it can be somewhat offensive to ask about other people's cultures or customs, and I think that's, while well intended, I think misguided. I think people are generally always like to talk about their history, because it's something that a lot of people are very proud of. So if I had artifacts, I could present them. Unfortunately, I do not have any, but I know that if I like say I had so I'm Catholic and Christian, so if I had a crucifix in my office, which I would, and if someone wanted to ask me about that, I'd be very pleased to explain it in any questions I had. And I think that that can be the case with many things, because it can always be a really interesting topic for any artifacts that you can have. once again, fifth question. Uh, I don't have any artifacts, but I know that a lot of the history from our families definitely shapes of who we are. Because even if I don't have artifacts, I still have a lot of fond memories and experiences with cultures from my grandparents, and it definitely shapes who I am, who I am, and who I would like to be as a counselor.